Amitabh Kanji, CEO Niti Aayog, Additional Secretary DRPG Shri Amarnath Ji, Joint Secretary DRPG Shri NBS Rajput Ji, senior officials of DRPG and National Center for Good Governance, distinguished lead speakers Shri Deepak Meena, District Collector Meerut, and former District Collector of Siddharthnagar, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Rahul Raj, currently District Collector, Asifabad, Government of Telangana, senior officials of Niti Aayog, State Administrative Reform Secretaries, State IT Secretaries, District Collectors of all districts of India, distinguished delegates. I am deeply privileged to welcome Shri Amitabh Kanji, CEO Niti, to the National Good Governance webinar series on Prime Minister's Awards winning initiatives in the Aspirational Districts program. It is apt that today's webinar on the Aspirational Districts program is being conducted in the gracious presence of Shri Amitabh Kanji, the man who conceptualized the program and remains deeply committed to the holistic development model that the Aspirational District program envisages. India celebrated Civil Services Day on April 21, 2022. On this occasion, 47 awards were conferred by the Honorable Prime Minister under the scheme Prime Minister's Awards for Excellence in Public Administration. On this occasion, the Honorable Prime Minister had mandated DRPG to conduct virtual conferences with state governments and district collectors over the next 12 months to disseminate award-winning initiatives which have been conferred the PM's Awards for Excellence in Public Administration in the past years. The DRPG has planned 13 National Good Governance webinars, one webinar a month over the year 2022-23. All district collectors of India, along with concerned line departments, young civil servants, national public policy institutions are invited to these webinars. The themes selected for the webinars cover multiple sectors like health, education, environment, disaster management, priority programs, water management, etc. The awarded states and districts present their exemplary work in these national webinars. The purpose is to highlight the best practices and award-winning initiatives for replication by other states and districts. The state and district administrators who have had leadership roles in project implementation have been invited as lead speakers so that they can share their experience to help dissemination of best practices in the rest of the country. The first two webinars were held on April 28, 2022 on improving service delivery with presentations from Government of Karnataka on the Sakala project and the E-Seva project of Government of Andhra Pradesh. The second webinar was held on May 27, 2022 on PM's award-winning initiatives in health sector, wherein which Government of Gujarat presented the sickle cell anemia control program and the Government of Rajasthan presented the initiative on making medicines affordable in the district of Chittorgarh. Today's webinar is on the theme PM's award-winning initiatives under Aspirational Districts program, in which two awarded initiatives will be presented. The first is Holistic Development through One District, One Product Scheme. The initiative was conferred the PM's award in the year 2021, implemented by the District Collector Siddharthnagar, Government of Uttar Pradesh. The second is the initiative on Mission Sampurna Poshan, which was conferred the PM's award in the year 2021, implemented by District Collector Asifabad, Government of Telangana. I'll also give a brief bioprofile of both our lead speakers, Sri Deepak Meena, who has served as District Magistrate for 5 years in aspirational districts in Shravasti and Siddharthnagar in Uttar Pradesh, an officer of 2011 batch with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from IIT Kharagpur, and known for his initiatives in handling health sector initiatives of routine immunization, measles, rubella, and also has had a lead role in implementing the Kala Namak rice scheme. Our second lead speaker is Sri Rahul Raj, an officer of the 2015 batch, a BTech in Electronics and Communication from JNTU College of Engineering, Hyderabad, and he is currently serving as District Collector, Kumaram Bhim, Asifabad District from November 2020. Once again, I welcome CEO Niti, the distinguished speakers, and all delegates and request CEO Niti to kindly deliver the inaugural address. Sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Srinivas, for this. I will, instead of an inaugural address, I thought I'll just take you through the key aspects of the aspirational district program so that all of you can benefit from the key features of this program. So this program is all about data governance, it's about competition, it's about ranking. And in this program, 112 backward districts were selected through a very transparent database process. These districts were not termed as backward districts, though they were backward districts. The Prime Minister termed them as aspirational districts. They have achieved major progress in a short span of time. And the program has emerged as a template of good governance. And how it has emerged as a template of good governance, we will take you through this. Some states have expanded this template to other districts and blocks. The reason for making this presentation as a part of this inaugural address is that this program can be extended by you to many, many other areas because it's all about data, it's all about competition, it's all about ranking. So, firstly, there's been top commitment. Prime Minister himself has interacted with the DMs on a regular basis. He has recently interacted with them at the Chief Secretary's conference. 49 performance indicators were identified. We gave 30% marks to health and nutrition, 30% to education, 20% to agriculture and water resources, 10% to financial inclusion, and 10% to basic infrastructure. There was a baseline ranking which was released in March 2018, and the dashboard captured progress on a real-time basis. The Champions of Change dashboard shows ranking announced by Niti Aayog every month, and every month we put out progress in public domain. There is data-based governance, there's real-time monitoring, there's ranking of districts on delta, that is the improvement shown during the month, and there's competition among district teams and there's support from district partners. So 49 key performance indicators were identified. This is a world-class dashboard that we created. It helps district magistrates in real-time monitoring and analytics on what they need to do to improve their position. We came out with a primer which listed down what all needs to be done, and it helped because all the central government schemes relevant to that indicator were listed, and it clearly brought out that if you do the following things, you will jump up in your performance. So primer was very clear. And in a very short time span, rapid improvements have been done in most indicators. In many key performance indicators, majority of districts have crossed state averages. Some have emerged the best in states, and this has led to overall improvement in states and in India. Just to give you some of these examples, when we started the program in antenatal care, Chitrakoot was at 40%, its baseline value. It is now 96.9%. There's been a change of 56.3%. Paschimi Singhbhum was 37%, it's gone up to 90%. Balrampur was 46.5, it has gone to 96.4. Shravashti was 50.2, it's gone up to 96.2. So there's been a very, very sharp improvement in percentage of antenatal care. Then if you look at institutional delivery, Buxa went up from 43% to 96%, Karoli went up from 46% to 97%, and Dhalai went up from 43% to 92%. So there's a huge improvement in institutional deliveries within a very short time. And if you look at percentage of pregnant women taking supplementary nutrition, there's been a huge improvement in Firozpur, Moga, Dakshin Bastar, Jaisalmer, Mewat, all these districts. To the left, we have shown how the improvement has taken place in various districts. All these districts have shown remarkable improvement. And if you look at percentage of children fully immunized, Sahibganj, Chandel, Sukma, Darang, Mamit, all of them have shown huge improvement in their performance. And in percentage of severe acute malnourished children, that is in nourishment, in nutrition, the Darang, Begusarai, Shekhpura, Guna, all have done very well and moved up from baseline. The lower the better here, and therefore all of them have done very well, and you can see the remarkable improvement. Similarly, in transition rate in education from primary to upper primary school, Balrampur, Jaisalmer, Kondagaon, Barwani, all of them, Katiyar have done well, and in transition rate from upper primary to secondary school levels, also they have done very well. They have done very well. So huge improvement, and in percentage of animals vaccinated, we see that again in all these districts there's been a huge improvement. There's been a massive improvement, and in percentage of rural habitations with access to adequate quantity of potable water, that is the Jal Jeevan Mission. Also, we've seen a sharp improvement. Now, many indicators are close to saturation, and they are the best in state. For instance, in health, out of the 10 indicators in health, 73 aspirational districts have surpassed their state averages. In percentage of antenatal care, Assam's best is state average is 88. The Darang there is 98. Chhattisgarh, it's 89. Korba is 97, Jharkhand is 72, Goda has reached 93. In Odisha, the state average is 89, Koraput has reached 96. In Telangana, the state average is 72, Asifabad has reached 92. In Uttarakhand, it's 81, Udham Singh Nagar has reached 92. So we've seen this state, the district, aspirational districts are doing better than, much better than the state average. Similarly, in percentage of children fully immunized, you will see Nevada, Dahod, Barwani, Sirohi, and Balrampur as the state's best, and percentage of low birth weight babies also. Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Rajasthan, these districts of Katiyar, Korba, Denkanal, and Jaisalmer have done much better than the state average. So we have actually been regularly documenting best practices. We've been circulating them, and we find there are several unique practices from which other districts have benefited. There was a huge program of smart classroom, which in Banka, which was implemented by one of the young collectors, which has improved learning outcomes very sharply and improved attendance rates, and which is being replicated in Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh, Odisha, and Jharkhand. Similarly, Mission Aparajita, which stopped child marriages in one of our districts of Koraput, has greatly benefited the state. Now, centralized kitchen for tribal students in Nandurbar has benefited a vast number of tribal children, and Swachh Poshan Health clubs in Golpara has led to a huge mass movement amongst them. So what we see is motorbike ambulances were used for deliveries, and it led to great benefit in Narayanpur because it's a very far-flung district. Pregnant women could be brought much quickly, much closer to this place. Now, there have been, it's not that this program has not have been without challenges, and it's important to tell you what the challenges were. The challenges were that these were very far-flung districts. These are difficult districts. There's been a challenge of short tenure of officers. There's been a challenge of severe shortage of staff. But in all this, if you look at it, average duration, we pushed the duration. We still find that the duration of 15 to 18 months for DMs is very short. The DMs must have a tenure of 3 years. We've pushed this, but there's a huge vacancy in terms of other officers, health, women and child development, education, agriculture, and we'd request all of you to push for these vacancies to be filled up in your districts so that this will help you to improve performance. The program has been evaluated by several independent experts like Michael Porter, who's talked about the competitive nature of this program, who's talked about this program being a very bold and promising strategic step because of competition, ranking being put out, and it has shown rapid progress in health, nutrition, education, and infrastructure sectors. Similarly, UNDP has done a study and it is now replicating this program in other parts of the world and said it merits replication in other parts of the developing world. Now, central states can work together on extending aspirational district model of database governance and ranking. Actually, the Prime Minister said that it can be spread to all districts and all blocks. And since all collectors have joined, please use this model. Our Champions of Change dashboard can be used to spread this program to all districts, all blocks. You can do ranking and you can do a careful selection of key performance indicators. You ascertain the baseline. You create robust real-time monitoring data. You institute a third-party validation of data, rank performance of districts on Delta, and give performance-based support for healthy competition. We are willing to assist all districts, all states, wherever required from NITI Aayog. But these 6 steps are the key for you to improve your districts. When I was a collector, I never knew whether my district was going up or down. Today, database governance enables you to do that in all key indicators. And therefore, all of you can use this. All of you can use this to improve your position in a very, very big way. Similarly, there's a Government of India has now asked all ministries to take this program forward. So they have identified their own districts. They are working on critical indicators to transform them. Districts and KPIs have been identified. 213 districts have been identified by different ministries. Similarly, we've come out with a handbook for states to replicate the template for blocks. And many states like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir are actually implementing the aspirational district program on their own in blocks. We are extending the template to the blocks. And now we've identified 500 of the most backward blocks in the country to take this program forward in a time-bound manner. The lessons that we learn is that aspirational district template has shown quick result in the most difficult areas because of competition, because of ranking, because of very clear indicators and the primer telling you what to do. The learning can be extended to other districts and blocks. Emphasis of government has been on saturation, which you should focus on. Saturate the key indicators. All of us will work as a team, and our view is that we can all transform India on social indicators through this template. So thank you very much. These are the few words, few lessons. And now, instead of just giving a speech, I'll take you through this so that all of you will benefit from this presentation and take this forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. That was truly inspirational. In fact, having served as a Central Prabhari Officer for Karoli for 3 years, I was very pleased to see Karoli featuring in the list, and also the sheer experience in terms of managing aspirational we showed 2 films on the award-winning initiatives, and Akashji, could you kindly play the films on the award-winning initiatives that are going to be presented today?
जाने वाले काला नमक चावल को एक जिला उत्पाद योजना में शामिल किया जाने हर साल राष्ट्रीय पहचान मिली। सिद्धार्थनगर जिला प्रशासन ने इसके उत्पाद के गुणवत्ता के लिए किसानों को प्रशिक्षित किया। किसान उद्यमी और औद्योगिक इकाइयों को आर्थिक सहायता दी गई। काला नमक चावल के उत्पाद को प्रोत्साहन देने के लिए टीम को शुभकामना।
प्रशासन में पोषण अभियान को एक आंदोलन बनाया गया। पोषण के विभिन्न पहलुओं से संबंधित की भागीदारी बढ़ाई। गर्भवती महिला को निर्धारित पोषण सेवा मिली। इंटीग्रेटेड मिलेट प्रोग्राम शुरुआत की। प्रयासों को परिणाम में बदलने के लिए आपकी टीम को शुभकामनाएं।
Thank you. I'll now invite Sri Deepak Meena, District Collector Meerut, formerly District Collector at Siddharthnagar, man with a lot of experience in serving in aspirational districts, to make the first presentation in pursuance of the inspirational words given by CEO. Thank you.
Good afternoon, respected seniors and my colleagues. Sir, I was posted at Shravasti in 2017. After that, in 2018, the Aspirational District program came. And for the last 5 years, I've been associated with this program. And it was really a game changer. for all these aspirational districts. As you have mentioned the tenure, first I would like to tell about the tenure. I was the longest serving DM for the district Shravasti also. I was the longest serving DM for district Siddharthnagar also. Because of that program, I spent my last 5 years in those districts, and those districts were like very remote districts. They were on the Indo-Nepal border. Tarai region, they had their challenges, health, education, and all those things. And primarily flood affected districts also, sir. And Siddharthnagar, when I joined, that district is a no industry zone district. Most of the area is flood affected, almost 2 to 3 months. More than 500, 600 villages are affected by flood. So when I got to know about the districts, what work we can do here, the two things came in my mind after consulting with all the stakeholders there. The first was regarding the tourism, and it is the near to the birthplace of Lord Buddha, and it is a important, important significance in the this history. And other thing was regarding we can do anything in agriculture or not. Crop diversification was not possible because of that flood affected region. So I got to know during the Britishers era, there was a variety of Kala Namak rice, and the Britishers used to export from there, and it was basically very famous for its aroma. And around in 1950s, in Siddharthnagar, it was cultivated in more than 50,000 hectares of area. But when I got to know in 2019-20, around it was around only near to 3,000 hectares, and around 800 to 1,000 farmers were doing that variety. So I consulted with the farmers, and then we decided that we'll go for this variety. Already that variety was awarded a GI indicator in 2012 for Siddharthnagar and adjacent 6 districts, Gorakhpur, Maharajganj, Balrampur and other districts. And but after giving the GI indicator also, the production was very low. It was a lost variety. So we started working on that. So I will request ki Akash, can you start the presentation? So basically, there is a story behind that variety. Like when Lord Buddha was leaving that place, Siddharthnagar, the disciples asked him that how will we want to follow you, or how will we will remember you. So then Lord Buddha told them, take this rice, and the aroma of this rice will always help you remember me, and it will be in your fond memories. So this is the story behind this rice, and the father of Lord Buddha named Raja Shuddhodhan. So it also, like the term is also like Shuddh Dhan. So it is like a pure rice. So these are the stories behind this variety of rice. So next, please. And this rice also has been featured in the specialty rices of the world by FAO, UN. And we did initially what we did first, if we have to brand the rice or we have to increase the production, we first have to what we first did, we did the nutritional profiling or basic profiling of that rice. We did it from IRI, we did it from National Nutrition, Hyderabad, and what we found that the amylose content in that rice is around like 19 to 24 in comparison to 24% in normal rice. And if you see the glycemic index, it is almost half than the like we have other varieties of rice, especially basmati and like sambar rice. So for diabetic patients, it is favorable. So it has the two aspects of this rice we worked on: the basic aroma. There was a story also, like people used to tell कि अगर ये rice किसी घर में बनता था तो 7 घर छोड़ के भी इसकी खुशबू आती थी. That was the specialty of this rice, and that glycemic index is very low. It is a very light rice. So we did that nutrition profiling and we started branding these things for that rice. Next. This is the what are the achievements we did in last 2-3 years. We started with like 27 hectares in 2018, and in 2021 we reached up to 12,000 hectares. The price of this rice was around 40 rupees per kg in the market in 2018, and it rose up to 135 rupees per kg in the market in 2021. Farmers also increased from 3,000, roughly 3,000 to 13,500. And now I got to know when I talked to my agriculture officer in previous districts, this time they are expecting like 18,000 hectares of cultivation this time. And the price is also in the market is more than 150 rupees. So it is continuously increasing, and the profitability also, because the input cost is almost the same of the normal rice, but the price is almost the thrice. Though the farmer's income rose up to the 3 times who were cultivating this rice. Next, please. These were the few points, the challenges why that production declined, because few I will name, high quality seeds were not available. Slowly, hybrid seeds started coming. Because of that, the aroma was lost. Uh, there were no dedicated rice mills in that region for the Kala Namak rice. Terrain is very far away from the main market. That geographical location is also a disadvantage. To maintain the aroma, we need storage facilities who can keep the temperature around 25 degrees of Celsius. Otherwise, that rice will, the aroma will be lost. And apart from that, these were the main reasons. Because of that, this variety, the production of this variety started falling in late 70s, 80s, and 90s. Next. We started with, first of all, we formed the district task force, and district action plan was formulated to promote and to review the production, how to provide the inputs, processing, marketing, and branding. GI tag was awarded in 2012. We renewed it in 2020. And then with KVK, basically a new office, a new center was opened in Varanasi of Indian Rice Research Institute. We tied up with them. We asked them to visit to the district. We asked them to do the nutrition profiling and to conduct the experiments, farm experiments, to get the better results and better variety of seeds. KVK was already doing the research. We asked KVK also to increase their research in this field. And as you can see, research on 40 acres of land was done of 10 varieties on the farms of 46 farmers. And next. And the basic challenge was the seed. Seed was available, but the quality of seed was not good. The hybrid seeds started coming. So first time, like on the agricultural department land, we on 4 hectares, we started a certified seed production program. And first time, we produced around 80 quintal of seeds, which were given to the farmers. And we asked the farmers to replicate it. So that was the first initiative we took. We did the training of the farmers, like 400 farmers through KVK and ODOP cell was engaged. Kisan Pathshalas were organized, and more than 23,000 farmers were engaged in that. Next. This product in 2018, we took in the ODOP also, one district, one product scheme, and we identified the beneficiaries also. There were a lot of farmers who needed the financial support. So we dispersed around more than 5 crore of loan to 60 beneficiaries that time. KCV gave the KCC priority, gave the priority for KCC for farmers who were doing the Kala Namak production. NABARD also, we roped in the NABARD also, and they provided a support of financial support of more than 14-15 lakhs. Basically, the support was provided to form the FPOs. There was not a single FPO in the district in the agriculture sector. So at least we targeted, initially we had 14 blocks. So we targeted at least one block we will make a FPO, and we'll keep on increasing the numbers. Next. There was a scheme of government of UP in which from a MSME department, cluster facilitation centers were provided, in which 90% subsidy is given by the government of UP, and 10% subsidy is provided. 10% of the share has to be given by the individual. So we contacted one farmer who was interested in that. He was already exporting Kala Namak rice. So we took that initiative in together, and we got past this cluster common facilitation center. And that the project cost was around 7 crores of rupees. There was a storage facility in that, advanced rice processing mill was there, and vacuum packaging machines and warehouses were there. Next. For the first time, one of its kind, we conducted a 3-day Kala Namak Rice Mahotsav, and more than 10,000 farmers were engaged. We contacted every exporter, we contacted the scientists, we contacted EPIDA, ARI, and all the research institutes to come and share the experiences, share the strategies with farmers under one roof. And it was virtually because of that COVID time, we got a very small window, but we are thankful to the state also. Honorable Chief Minister inaugurated that, you can see in the picture, inaugurated that Mahotsav virtually, and it was a huge hit. After that, our like demand for that Kala Namak rice rose, I mean 10 times, 20 times. Next. The irrigation channels, when Britishers used to do that Kala Namak rice production, they built lot of irrigation channels, they built lot of reservoirs. Because of the desilting and because of the non-usage of those reservoirs and canals, they were like almost closed or non-functional. So in under Manrega, we started desilting of those canals, we started rejuvenation of those ponds, because it is this variety needs lot of water, so we worked on that also. Then exports, initially when we started, only 4 exporters were there who had that import-export code, but now in 2021, when I left the district, there were 38 exporters who got their import-export code. So we worked on that from 10 tons to 56 tons. We have increased the production in 2 years, exported that thing, and we are continuously in touch with the exporters. We have demanded also, like on the basis of like Basmati export federation is there, so we have requested to make a Kala Namak rice export federation also. So I guess it will take time, but we are all administration is pushing that thing. Next. We did a lot of branding and marketing for this product. As you can see in these boxes, it was made by the district administration. We sent it to more than 1,000 dignitaries across UP, across India. At least people will get to know about the Kala Namak rice. We got a movie done also. We put it on YouTube. We tied up with Amazon. We tied up with Flipkart. They purchased the other photograph is the first consignment, like our FPO sent it to the Flipkart. And it was a huge moment for us. And slowly that e-marketing also started in the district. Next. What we were planning after that in 2021, we have proposed a 5-acre, we were giving a agriculture department land to ERI, and we proposed to the government that a center, around 14 crores project we made, and we requested that center should be made in Siddharth Nagar, and government is taking up that project. We are hopeful that it will be taken up in a year or two. And another CFC, Cluster Facilitation Center, one farmer also came up, and he told that he wants to start another common facilitation center. So worth 12.87 crores. It's already in the final stage. Hopefully this season it will be passed. Seed banks we are planning at all 14 blocks, because that is the major constraint, and we need those quality seeds. Kala Namak board we have already requested. Storage infrastructure we are again and again requesting, and we are roping in CSR organizations also to make like storage points at all blocks, so that aroma can be maintained of these this variety. Next. This is the media coverage of the paper. The print media covered it. Next. These are the tweets, Niti Aayog, Flipkart, and time to time they were, it was very motivational for us, and I'm thankful to the Niti Aayog also, that every time we did something good, that was tweeted from their Twitter handle, and they have always promoted the Aspirational Districts program in letter and spirit. Next. These were the exposure visits and stalls in the Kala Namak rice Mahotsav we did. Next. These are the different brands, and you can go and see on Amazon and Flipkart also under the different brand name. And lot of people in Singapore and Southeast Asia requested us, now we are changing it from the like Kala Namak rice also, but we are branding it under the Buddha rice, because in Southeast Asia it is like if that sentiment is attached to that thing, that is as a more like marketing or branding strategy. Next. So now we are eyeing up for the main destinations in India, the metros and all those places, and in Southeast Asia has a very good market for this rice. We are tying with them also. Next. So this is the basic gist of the initiative. The major problems what we are facing now, and we have requested the state also and government of India also now that hand holding has to be done from the above also, because the production is increasing. We are getting a lot of complaints regarding that quality also. Now when the production increase and the supply is not there in the market, so the demand is increasing, but the supply is not according to that, then there is a mixing of normal variety of rice also. So these complaints are also coming. We need storage places also. So these are the few things we are working on. I have left the district also, but I am still in touch with them. In Meerut also, we have started some production of this rice. So I am hopeful, sir, and I am hopeful next 2 or 3 years down the line, this district will be named or will be, everybody will get to know about this district because of this ODOP product. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Deepak Meenaji. I'll now invite our second lead speaker, Asifabad. In fact, Asifabad, sir, featured in your presentation also as one that has achieved very high nutritional levels. Kindly make a presentation on Mission Sampurna Poshan. Shri Rahul Raj, District Collector, Asifabad.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to all the respected senior officers and my colleagues. I am Rahul Raj. I am from Asifabad, District Collector Asifabad. Today I am here to give a presentation on the Mission Sampurna Poshan program, which we started in our district. Presentation, please. Next one. So briefly about our district is the most backward district in the entire state of Telangana. The backwardness mainly because of the distance from the Hyderabad, and mostly it is predominantly a tribal dominated district, and because of being farthest district from the Hyderabad, and most of the district inhabitants are tribals. In Anganwadi centers, what we have observed is that the basic infrastructure facilities like toilets, like proper rooms and everything were missing in this Anganwadi center. And moreover, not only in Anganwadi centers, in all the departments, the shortage of staff was very much abundant, because of which all the programs of Government of India or state government were facing problems to be implemented in the district. So what we have seen is that most of the women and children of the district, because of the backwardness, and we have seen multiple deficiencies of malnutrition, especially they were anemic at the same time, they were underweight at the same time, wasted also at the same time. So all these multiple deficiencies were seen in a single person. So what we have observed is that instead of just streamlining the Anganwadi meals, which we are going to serve at the Anganwadi centers, that alone was not sufficient to solve the problem. Why? Because even though we serve very nutritional food at the Anganwadi center, what we have observed is that the other 2 meals which they were having in their house was lacking proper nutrition. Because of PDS rice and other things, they were habituated to take rice 3 times a day, and even in Anganwadi center also we are giving rice only to them. In addition, some vegetables at Anganwadi centers, but the other 2 meals which they were having in their home was lack of any nutrition. So our concentration was not only on the meal which we provided at Anganwadi center, but also on the other 2 meals which the people were having in their houses. Next slide, please. So for this program, especially for our district, Niti Ayog's aspirational district program helped us a lot. Because of that, we came to know at what position our district is standing. Because of the comparative analysis with other district in each and every parameter and in each and every indicator, we used to compare with other district and how our district is faring and how we need to improve and how other districts are improving. So that comparative analysis has helped us. And especially in 2020, the district showed a tremendous improvement in health and nutrition sector. As a result of which, Niti Ayog has sanctioned a pilot project, which is decentralized millet-based project. The idea of this project is that in ICDS mill, which we are serving rice presently, that should be replaced with millets, so that overall nutrition would be given to the women and children present in the Anganwadi centers. So this was the idea, and this was the program which was sanctioned by Niti Aayog. So we thought that this program would bring some change in the lives of the women and children of the district. Next slide, please. So how we have introduced? So we thought that millets would be a game changer for us to reduce the malnutrition among women and children in the district. So we took up this as a challenge. So what we have done is, initially we have selected 15 Anganwadi centers with diverse backgrounds. One of the Anganwadi center was completely tribal. One of the Anganwadi center was completely dominated with SC habitants. One of the Anganwadi center was completely with OBC. One of the Anganwadi with general. So all diverse background Anganwadi centers, 15 Anganwadi centers we selected in the first month. So for that 15 Anganwadi centers, first we called all the teachers to the headquarters, and we have trained those teachers on millet cooking recipes. And the importance of millets also we have clearly explained it to them through master trainers. And this through these 15 Anganwadi centers, again when they went back to their villages, using these Anganwadi teachers only, we have conducted food festivals in all those Anganwadi centers. We have invited all the people, not only women, and also the public representatives, local public representatives there. We conducted food festivals. We have trained all the beneficiaries, especially women, SHG women, all of them, we have trained them how to cook millets. Why? Because traditionally our district, some 40 years, some 30-40 years previously, they used to consume millets. But after the introduction of PDS rice and everything, they stopped consuming millets, and even the present generation, they don't know how to cook millets also. So in order to revive that culture of cooking millets and consuming millets, what we have conducted food festivals. We have conducted, we have trained them on millet cooking recipes, and also we have ensured that all the Anganwadi teachers visit each and every household of these 15 Anganwadi centers to households of each and every beneficiary daily, to see whether all the recipes which they have learned in the food festivals, whether they are cooking in their house or not, and whether they are consuming or not, that we have ensured. So initially some 5-6 days we thought, we came to know that there was a supply problem. So this 15 Anganwadi centers in one of the shop we arranged all the millets also locally, so that the villagers would purchase the millets from that local shop, and also they would consume. So after 1 month, what we have observed is that across all these 15 Anganwadi centers, nearly 80% of the people, they started consuming millets at least one time a day, apart from the regular ICDS meal which they used to come and consume at the Anganwadi center. So one meal at Anganwadi center, we have streamlined it, and the second meal in their house, either breakfast or dinner, they used to take a millet meal. That also by purchasing at the locally available shop. So in order for this idea to sustain, on one way we are providing this millet cooking recipes and also these food festivals, and the other way we were also encouraging the farmers of the village to cultivate millets, because they have stopped cultivating that millets also. Most of them are cultivating cotton now, cotton and other commercial crops. So that idea also we have inculcated. We have provided subsidized seeds to them, subsidized seeds, and we have around 1,000 acres we have identified, and all those farmers we have trained them in cultivation of millets. So after 1 month, in the second month, we have 5 ICDS projects. Across these 5 ICDS projects, we have next slide, please. So across these 5 ICDS projects, as was done in the first month, where 15 Anganwadi centers were selected. In the other 5 ICDS projects also, 15 per project we have selected. So 75 Anganwadi centers we have taken from the second month. In the second month also, across the 75 Anganwadi centers, the same strategy was adopted. We have called all the beneficiaries to one Anganwadi center. We have conducted food festivals there. We have organized meeting with the farmers. We have organized meeting with all the local representatives and all the village elders there. Village Sarpanch, village Patel, everyone we have involved. And we have also trained all the beneficiaries on how to cook millets, and also we have motivated them that in order to maintain a very good health and nutritious food is very much necessary, and that also, apart from the regular ICDS meal, they have to purchase millets and they have to cook and consume millets. That habit we have inculcated in them, and what we have observed that 75 centers also the same result was observed. In the third month, we have expanded that 75 centimeters Anganwadi centers to 225 centers. In the fourth month, it was 450, and by the end of 6 months, we could cover all the 973 Anganwadi centers in the district. In all the 973 Anganwadi centers, food festivals, millet cooking, recipe training sessions to all the beneficiaries and also all the women, it was being conducted. And the importance of nutrition, especially the millets as a source of nutrition, was also being explained to all the beneficiaries. Apart from millets, because millets alone would not be sufficient to end the malnutrition, we have started nutri gardens in each and every school and each and every Anganwadi in order to uh, in order to um, in order to tell them that the importance of the nutrition, that village and the vegetable nutri gardens were also started. So millets and vegetables, so we encourage them to have millets along with that vegetables. As you can see, breakfast they were having also in dinner they were having. What are the breakfast that doshas, idlis, how we can do with millets, those trainings was also given. And in order to reduce the cost, because here our idea was not to supply free meal to them, because we wanted to change their behavior and their attitude. So our idea was that they should purchase and they should consume millets. So for this thing, what we have done is that in every Anganwadi center we have opened a Mission Sampurna shop, which is run by an SHG woman. So this Mission Sampurna shop across every Anganwadi center we tie up to this Mission Sampurna shop. In this Mission Sampurna shop, what this SHG women they would do is that locally wherever the millets are being cultivated, they would procure the millets for them from them, and they would process them, they would package them, and they would sell it to the local villagers at a cheaper price. So in this way, instead of supplying it from the district headquarters or bringing them from some other places and supplying everywhere, what we have ensured is that locally the millet should be grown, and locally it should be supplied, and locally it should be consumed. Next slide, please. So slowly the entire program turned into a Jan Andolan, because we have involved all sections of the society. We have involved all village sarpanches, village ward members, village patels, and all teachers were involved. All SHG women were involved. We have conducted meetings in all the schools, in all primary health centers, and also in all Raitu Vedikas awareness sessions to all farmers were conducted. And in every SHG women meeting, we have ensured that health and nutrition would be the primary source of discussion in every SHG women meeting. And the importance of health and nutrition was being discussed, and not like just like a general discussion. It would also discuss how they were earlier and how they are faring well and how much they have to fare in the next coming months. So that comparative analysis also in every SHG women meeting they used to do. And every Thursday we have earmarked this as a Sam Day. So every Thursday, the Panchayat secretary, along with the Anganwadi teacher and Asha worker, they would be analyzing what is the progress among the Sam children. Because if there are some 4 to 5 children per Anganwadi center, if they are Sam children, so daily whether they are consuming millet recipes or not, how is their improvement, everything they would be analyzing. So over a scope of period, by conducting this Sam Day, we would ensure that the Sam children also come out of those category. Every week, last week of every month, we conduct it as a nutrition week, in which Anganwadi teacher, Asha worker, Panchayat representatives, Patels, everyone also they participate, and some sort of activity based events we conduct, and they also assess monthly progress also they would be assessing every last week of every month.
Rahul,
So,
could you please expedite? Rahul,
yeah,
could you
so,
please conclude
yes,
quickly?
yes, sir. So using this concept entirely, we have designed it as a village circular economic model, where the millets are being produced, procured, processed, packaged, and sold to the same villages at a cheaper price. Entirely, it becoming into a decentralized village circular economy. Next slide, please. So using this, what we have observed is that a complete behavioral change. As I have already told that now people started more than 80% of the people started consuming millets outside the regular ICDS meal. Not only millets, nutritional vegetables also they are consuming. And the good point among this is that they are not depending on the government for the free meal. They themselves are purchasing millets and consuming millets because they came to know the importance of the nutrition. And this entire process we have developed is as a circular economic model. Next slide, please. So by this, there were 21 maternal deaths in 2009. We could reduce it to 7. and 108 infant mortality we could reduce it to 71,000 21-22, and drastically underweight children, wasted children, SAMM children we could reduce it to a very smaller number by this entire program. In a span of 1 year, what we could see that at least 30 to 40 precious life of women and children of the district could be saved in the district because of this implementing of this program. Next slide, please. So these are some of the photos how we have conducted recipe trainings and how our Anganwadi centers visit each and every households and ensure that either by breakfast or by dinner they consume millets and vegetables, and how this program ended. These are some of the programs, and entire program in the span of last 1 year. What we could do is that the complete behavioral change we could bring among the people, and now the people know the importance of nutrition, and they also know how important a balanced diet is in order to reduce malnutrition among women and children. And more than 80% of the people of the district are now consuming millets and other nutritious vegetables, and we are sure that in the next 6 months all SAMM children, anemia and malnutrition among women would become zero in our district. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rahul Rajji. I'll request CEO Niti to kindly guide us on how these initiatives can inspire other districts and how they can be replicated into the rest of the country. Sir.
So the important thing is that you've seen two good practices, two of the best practices. It's for the collector to take the initiative, use the indicators. The indicators are constantly being monitored. You are being ranked. You can use this as a way, use the primer to transform yourself. All the practices are listed. Secondly, what these two programs have shown us is that there is a huge involvement of community which is necessary. Jan Andolan, as they say. So unless people don't change, officers will come and go, but people must change. And therefore, Jan Andolan is very, very critical. Now, this can be, if you have data, if you are ranking, if you are able to put out the data in public domain, block officers will change, everybody will change, because you are creating a huge sense of competition. What the two DMs have demonstrated is that they use their strengths to drive several programs. And that is why change is possible. Change is possible because of data, change is possible because of competition, change is possible because of ranking, because you're really naming and shaming performance. And this is really the key to good governance.
Thank you, sir. I'll invite Dr. Poonam Singh to kindly give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. It's a great privilege for me to extend vote of thanks to you all for this great event, sir, and the program. First of all, sir, we would like to thank to you, sir. We have a very, very sincere and gratitude to you, especially for gracing this occasion, and you have accepted our invitation to say something on it. Because if I recall that if you were the secretary of the DIPP, and we in 2014 we have initiated for the simplifying the process, and we have sent the data to all the secretaries, and you were the first secretary. You have sent the reply and told that no, please go ahead. I am with this. You have supported a lot that time, and there was a team of the Mr. Shalind and Mr. Kumar, and both were awarded also. So we are very, very thankful. And sir, first of thing, we are very, very grateful for this, that you have given the glimpses and the primary aspects for the key features for the aspirational districts, data governance, ranking of the districts, achievements of the districts, also healthy competition among the districts to achieve the mission behind that program, and baseline assessment. And also there is also the midterm assessment survey, and finally careful selection for ranking the district, and finally with this sentence that we can transform India through this template. Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to thank Mr. Meena, the collector of Meerut, for this rice. Basically, locally, it is called Basa Bhog also, as I am aware about this rice. And you have done a very good work, especially in the quality of seeds. You have identified, you have done very good in this area. Transparency in process at different level, and special things for the capacity buildings for the farmers. e-marketing and reach at the international level. Thank you so much, Meena ji, for great initiatives and work. And second, I would like to thank the collector there is for some portion that the first of thing there is a ICDS center, sir, for the defined the nutrition value, quality and quality of food, accessibility to each and every child and women who are eligible for this scheme. You have done very excellent job, and I think it would be a very, very enabled to understand and to implement this scheme for all the collectors. Thank you so much. And finally, I would like to thank all the chief secretaries, all the additional chief secretaries, all the senior officers, and all the officers who are sitting behind. And finally, my Director General and Secretary DRC. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.